This is it. Hello folks, well,
Hey.
we're with a very familiar face here. Hopefully you can hear us both because we're both mic'd up, aren't we?
Aye, yeah.
Testing this new system.
Microphones.
I'll tell you more about the system later on just in case you're interested and it ends up doing a good job. But we've just climbed out of Glossop now and we are surveying some beautiful views which I'm about to turn the camera around and show you. But we're on our way to a place called Harry Hut. It's not too far from my home. We were a bit limited on time tonight, aren't we? Because we ended up leaving late because of my fault. Well, my wife's fault. If it's your fault.
Blame it on Mrs.
But anyway, yeah, we're actually not that far from the summit. We're probably only going to be walking for another, maybe 40 minutes or so before we get to the point where we can camp. So that's nice. I'll turn you around and show you these views anyway.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Isn't it just? So looking down into Glossop there, you might be able to just about see dinting arches. I'll see if I can zoom in a little bit. Here we are. Hopefully you can see dinting arches there. And then moving us to the right. The hill in the middle there is called Castle Hill. It's got remains on there apparently of an old pagan altar. In the distance we've got the top of Torside. Moving to the right, you can see the little hill there that's sort of yellow on top with a little clump of trees just at the base of it. That's Glossop Low. And then this hill here in the foreground, it's got like a sort of quarry there at the top. That's Brown Hill. Then moving over to the right, in the distance there we've got lower and higher shelf stones, and you might be able to see shelf benches there as well. Moving to the right, the clump of trees is Moorfield. And if we follow this hill up here, this is Blackmoor. And the Pennine Way goes over the top of Blackmoor, and eventually, if you carry on going this way, you'll end up at Mill Hill. Anyway, this is where we're headed, straight in front of us, and we'll be at Harry Hut in no time at all. Just ahead of us there, you can see Wormstones. I'll zoom in. We'll see this properly in a minute. Quite spectacular from there. Might even try and get a drone flight in. There's a bit of wind, but nothing too bad. Let's see how Steve's doing. How are you doing, Steve?
Out of breath, mate. But glad to be out.
I know, it's great, isn't it? What do you think of the scenery so far?
Absolutely breathtaking.
It's amazing how quickly it opens up, isn't it?
You know, you're so lucky to have this literally on your doorstep.
Yeah, I know that.
I mean, if those trees weren't there, you could see your house, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could. No, believe me, mate, I am so blessed to be here, and every single walk I do, I think that. I really do.
I mean, it's quite a bit of an uphill trek, this, steeper than I thought it was going to be, but...
Yeah, but it's quite...
Long, does it? No, we're nearly there.
It's quite short, yeah, exactly. We've got less than 20 minutes walking now, I reckon. Anyway, let's plod on, as you say.
Aye, let's plod on and get our tents up.
Here we are at Wormstones. Beautiful, beautiful place. Bit of a drop, that. Not too bad, but a bit of a drop. Just love the way these rocks jut out like that from the hillside. It's gorgeous. Pretty photogenic, Steve, don't you think?
Gorgeous, mate, gorgeous. Sight for sore eyes.
The end is in sight. You see the trig point there just peeping over the top of the hill.
Brian's got a place in mind where we're going to camp. Right, well, yeah, I'll go and touch this trig point.
I've got your narration. I've captured your narration as well there.
Oh, right.
So there you go. Is it going to get some behind the scenes footage here, folks?
I keep forgetting this mic. I'm mic'd up to your camera.
I'll also just not tell you when I'm recording, then we'll see what embarrassing things we can capture.
I'll do.
All right.
All right. Oh, it's a cracking night for it, isn't it?
Hi, Grand. Where you headed?
We're here. We've arrived.
Right. Nice.
We've just come up from Glossop.
Oh, cool.
Where are you off to?
You look like you kitted out for
Yeah.
Yeah,
a
we're
night
just
out or something.
going to have an overnighter.
Oh, cool.
We're just having a kick about in this area to see where's the flattest and most forgiving ground. A lot of this soft, but the problem we've got is, Steve, is these roots, isn't it?
Yeah.
These, and they're attached to the ground as well. It's not like you can just pick them out. So.
I'm worried that they'll go through the bottom of the tent.
Yeah. Otherwise, this would be a good area. I think I might go for where you're pretty much where you're standing, just next between you and the bag. I'm thinking there. All pitched up. So now I'm all camped up, it's time to start relaxing. This spot isn't too bad, it's a little bit uneven. It's sloping upwards behind me there, so I'll have my head that end of the tent. It's not ideal that, but what's important to me is having the door of the tent facing the views, and the views even now are absolutely beautiful, and they'll be even more spectacular when those lights come out later tonight. So I'll show you the views and then I'll show you what I'm having for tea. Yeah, not bad that, is it? You wouldn't kick it out of bed, that view, would you? Well, tonight I'm going to be trying a new lager, or beer rather. And it's one of Steve's favourites. He always drinks them on his channel, so I thought, you know what, I need to try that. It's not one I've had before. So we're going to be getting through 2 of these tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. I'll film when I open these. I think it's only right really that I open mine when Steve opens his, and we can both say, ooh, what lovely beer it is at the same time. So in terms of food tonight, we're going for M&S again. Absolute flipping murder in terms of cost, but once in a while. So this was very impressive last time, chicken tikka masala. But do you know how much it is? Get ready. £4. 4 English pounds for a tin of food. That is crazy. That's not only M&S, but that's the world we live in at the moment, unfortunately. So yeah, no surprise to go with the curry. We've got the pilau rice again. Tonight I brought some snacks as well. So it's a bit dishevelled, but don't let that put you off. This is beautiful roast silverside beef, also from M&S. So that's going to be devoured later too. We have these for snacks, sour cream and black pepper, made with multi-grains, healthy crisps. Yes, Heinz tomato soup as usual. For sweet snacks tonight, Kinder Bueno ×2. Yeah. And of course, to keep teeth clean, we have a nice Peppersmith peppermint gum with xylitol. So I'm going to make myself a brew, sit and enjoy that view. And the sun's, well, what time is it now? It is in fact 10 to 9. I didn't check what time sundown is tonight, but I imagine it'll be about 20 past 9, something like that. Hopefully I'll be able to get some nice photos and some more video later at sunset. That's lovely to see, it really is. To be able to see that from up here at the end of the day.
Right, well, as I said, I'm with Brian, and we've got McEwen's Champion 7.3 at the ready. So, I think we'll crack them open, yeah?
I think so.
That smells good. Well, cheers everybody, and good health.
Cheers. By gum.
By gum, that's good beer.
That's good beer. Very good beer.
What he is. Especially when you're sat up on a hill watching a glorious sunset.
I know,
like this. Yeah, thanks for bringing me here, Brian. This
My
is
pleasure, yes.
An excellent location.
I can come here quite often really, because when I'm walking without stopping to do videos and things, it literally an hour and a
I'm
half.
surprised
And
you're
I'm
not
here.
here every weekend.
Well, you've seen what my life is like. It's not quite as easy.
Yeah, you've got a
a
full
family.
plate, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, not bone idle like me.
Absolutely. I am so ready for this. You wouldn't believe it. I actually kind of fasted the first half of the day today to make sure that, for two reasons. One, that I didn't have too much in my system so that I'd need to go for a number 2 whilst camping. That is a no-no, which I don't ever want to have to do. And also because I knew I'd enjoy this curry even more if I'd staved off the food for a while and then walked up the hill and built up my appetite. And I tell you something, there's nothing wrong with being grateful for your food, and I am very grateful for this right now. And by the way, that McEwen's, I've got one more tin of that, I have to say. It is really nice. Very impressed with the flavour of this stuff. I always thought McEwen's was a little bit of a, I don't know, a bit of a so-so kind of beer. I've had it in the past, years ago. I kind of thought it was there with like Carling and Heineken and Foster's and that kind of crap. But I have to say they pulled it out of the bag with the McEwen's Champion. So yep, Steve's right. That is indeed good beer. By gum. I'm going to savour every grain of this at £4 a tin plus the rice. The rice was cheap actually, 65p. But anyway, £4.65 for this meal. So, you know what? You're halfway to a takeaway there, aren't you? So, I'm going to savour every mouthful. Oh yeah. I've had that lovely curry and it was very nice, very nice. I also had the roast beef. That was also very nice, and I've had some snacks too. So I'm pretty full. So all really there is left to do now is to have the second can of this lovely McEwen's Champion. It's going down very well. And then I might have one little last chat with Steve and then settle down. I reckon if I can settle down about sort of 12, half 12 at night, that will do. I reckon I'll probably wake up 6, half 5, 6 o'clock, something like that. If I can get about 5 to 6 hours sleep, normally I'd feel ill. I need 8 hours generally because I'm a bit weird like that, but you do sleep in a different way when you're camping. So 5-6 hours will probably suffice. So if I don't see you between now and the morning, I'll bid you a very good night. I want to do a little bit more filming the scenery really than filming me, because after watching my videos back, I realise I've not got a lot of interesting things to say. Plus, I was getting so angry at how many times I say It's maddening, and once you hear it, you can't unhear it. So I'm going to be, more about taking in the atmosphere than focusing on what this idiot has got to say. All right. Anyway, good night. Well, good morning. We woke up to it's not the overcast morning. There's a bit of moisture in the air. The tent's fairly wet on the outside. Slept fairly well. Again, usually the usual patchy on and off kind of sleep. Plus I had some very anxious dreams as well, so it wasn't great. Hey, man, there's all sorts going on. There's one bit where I was on this massive anchor, standing on this huge iron anchor on a ship, and they were about to cast it out, and I was like shouting to them, no, I'm on the anchor. And then they cast it, and I just that awful feeling of falling very, very quickly and a really long way. It was pretty bad. What else happened? I had a dream where I pitched a tent on a beach somewhere, like a place like a British holiday resort, somewhere like, I don't know, back in the day, like Rhyl in Wales, somewhere like that, or Llandudno or something. And then I end up leaving the tent with the family, and then I can't remember what happens after that, but then I end up looking for the tent again, and it's been swept away by the sea. And then another part of the dream, my son finds this random bicycle and then rides it off this 20-foot drop, and he's at the bottom there, injured with the bike broken up, and I'm like, oh great, thanks, these are great dreams, aren't they? So I don't know if you guys get this, but you can feel a little bit out of sorts when you've had weird dreams. Anyway, it's nice to wake up to this. So I'm going to get this brew on, see how Steve's doing in a minute, and then we'll get camped up. We'll get packed up and leave the place nice and tidy. Get back to Glossop. So it's basically just gone 7 o'clock. Got everything packed up in here, just need to drop the tent, so I'll just see what Steve's up to.
Yeah, it's still down there, isn't it?
He is. We had a visit from, who was it, the land manager this morning?
Yeah. I was just doing my trousers up.
That's alright.
Yeah, he seemed a nice bloke though. He said he used to do a bit of camping when he was younger.
Yeah.
And he was more bothered about us having fires. I just told him that we leave no trace.
Yeah.
And I told him I'm with a superstar, Brian from Glossop.
Oh, yeah, I noticed you mentioned my name, so we can't leave the incriminating evidence that we were going to leave now, can we?
I wrote down on a piece of paper your address and postcode.
Yeah. Well, that's fair enough. I can't blame them, to be, in all seriousness, you can't blame them for being, checking it out, can you?
Well, it's his job, isn't it, if he's land manager?
Yeah, well, there's fires around this area all the time anyway. I mean, you can, when we were on the way up yesterday, I don't know if you noticed the burnt heather and that. You see a lot of it. So
I didn't know if it was done like as a controlled.
Yeah, I think some of them are, but that's the whole point of it, though, isn't it? But it wouldn't be if it was started by us.
Controlled. That looks kind of.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like it's been burnt in the past.
It does, definitely.
I'm in my Michelin man gear.
I know, yeah, I was just going to say that. Yeah, very, very dapper.
Yeah, my pyjamas.
I've got to say, it's these that crack me up, the booties. It's just, it reminds me of the little romper suits that the kids used to have. Anyway, let's get packed up and we'll make our way back.
Well, I've got to finish my cup of tea off yet.
Oh, yeah.
So, I've got everything else packed away, I've just got to drop the tent, really.
Yeah. Cool. But while we're here, actually, this tent then, so you're happy with this so far?
Yeah, I love the space. Just, things like packing away, being able to kneel up in it and almost bloody stand up in it.
Well, yeah, like you're saying, the only difference between the 1 and 2 man version of this is basically this inner, isn't it? So you've got...
I believe so, yeah.
You've got all this space here, like a vestibule at the moment, with it being a 1 man. So if you went for the 2 man version, you'd have no vestibule.
No, instead of this wall here, it just comes down like a mirror of the other side of the mesh.
Yeah. So it looks like you've definitely got the best one for the job for you.
Well, especially for cooking, you've not got any mesh hanging over you.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're a happy man then?
I am, yeah.
And what's this model again?
This is the Tarp Style 1.
Tarp Style 1. Cool.
Yeah, it's not a bad little bit of kit. Second time I've used it, so it's early days yet, but yeah, on the whole, I love all the space that you get.
Yeah, it's pretty luxurious in there. We were both sitting in there last night having our beers, and yeah, plenty of room. Couldn't do that in mine.
Well, we have both sat in yours, haven't we?
Well, yeah.
We're up at Sealstones.
We did, and also I actually had Tim in there at the Chrome Hill one.
Yeah,
he was sitting in the vestibule, but it was cosy, put it that way.
Right, well, I'm going to sit down for 5-10 minutes and drink my cup of tea.
Yeah, I'll get my tent down, I think, while you do that.
Right, okay, mate.
All packed up now. This is where I was. Well, having one last look and I managed to see this little sweetheart. Almost slipped my attention, but yeah, another walk around, always a good thing to do. So now I truly have left no trace. I see you in there. There you go. I've got these windberries all around us. And as I was taking the tent down, I came to looking at the ground sheet protector, and the underside is covered in stains. I'll show you what I mean if I squeeze this little thing. It's you see this colour of that? It really does stain. Anyway, they're tasty little things, but there's absolute profusion of them everywhere. I suppose you could make windberry jam or windberry pie, I don't know. Never really tasted them before, but yeah, they're quite nice. And that's where Steve was. So, any land managers watching, Steve, they can rest assured.
Oh yeah, we looked after it. We didn't abuse it.
Nope, not at all. Anyway, time to go back, unfortunately. For the sake of time, we're going to go back the way we came yesterday, because we've both got to get back for certain times this morning, and I've got a day's work to do, hopefully. So I say hopefully because you never know when you're self-employed. So we'll see what happens when we get to the office. As you can see, we camped a fair distance away from the trig point here at the summit of Harry Hut. We just thought we'd take one more look at that before heading back down and following the path past Wormstones again. But so far so good. That was, what do you think there? Would you do that again, do you think?
Oh, definitely. It's a fantastic place. Those views.
Yeah, I know.
Brilliant.
When the sun came out yesterday, it was just perfect timing. I think we've literally had just one day's slot this week
Yeah.
with the good weather.
Well, today's not too bad, although it's going to get worse, isn't it?
I think it is. I think it is. You can see some inversions over there over Ashop Head.
Yeah, that's fantastic being able to see the Ashop Head
Yeah.
and Kinder and Sandy Hayes down there.
Yeah, Sandy. That's over to the right, is it? That's Sandy Hayes.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you imagine Kinder as almost a rectangle.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of like right on the corner.
Right.
Of the southern edge.
What's that like to camp out, Sandy Hayes?
It's nice. Nice views. Anywhere on Kinder's nice.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely love that place. I want to go back to that Mushroom Rock again. It's a brilliant place to camp that. Unfortunately, there's only enough space there for one tent, really.
Right.
Anyway, touch the trig and then we can make our way back.
Well, we did well camping in all this spiky heather, didn't we? It was a bit concerning at first, but
Yeah, I know, but
it was quite soft and cushioning.
yeah, when we get to sort of the wimberry bushes. So there you go.
Good morning, Mr.
Good
Trigg.
morning, Mr. Trigg, yeah. I tell you, so what I actually wish I had the time now to go back down there towards Mill Hill and onto Kinder. I'd love to do that, but unfortunately, I've got things to
Well, that was the route I originally suggested, but we were going to start off down on the Glossop Road.
Yeah.
Come up here and then up to Ken's place
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
onto Mill Hill.
yeah. Basically, it's the Pennine Way path, isn't it?
Yeah. And then up Ashop Head.
Yeah. Maybe next time, eh?
Definitely, yeah. I think it'd be easier coming up that way and not as steep.
Yeah, yeah. Cool,
Although,
right.
If we're going from your house, I might as well take the same route.
Well, yeah.
I'm used to it
Do you know
now.
what though? That road section is a bit annoying, isn't it?
Well, I don't mind, it's only
it
short.
It wouldn't hurt to park maybe a bit closer, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, but I've got over the mental shock of it now, so I'll be prepared next time.
Yeah. Yeah. Great stuff. Well, it has been a fantastic camp, but thankfully it's not completely over yet, as we've now got to enjoy a walk back past
Oh.
Wormstones.
Some dog walkers.
Well, they're up early.
That looks great.
Wormstones is quite photogenic, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
From every angle.
I'm going to try and find out how it's got its name.
Yeah, that would be interesting to know, definitely. Just before we lose the views, I thought I'd sign off here and leave our closing comments. So, what's the summation from you then, Steve, on this?
It's been a cracking camp. I've
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. The views from up there and the sunset last night.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
Good man. Well, I'm pleased about that. That's job done as far as I'm concerned. When it's something familiar, you almost kind of get used to it a little bit. But when it's something fresh and new, you get the objective perspective. So thank you for that, Steve.
Brilliant. Thanks for taking me there.
Thank you anyway for watching it, guys. And please do like, subscribe, and all the usual. Don't forget to have a look at Steve's channel and the video he's done of this as well. It'll be interesting to compare, won't it?
Oh, mine will just be worse than yours. They always are.
I don't know. It's, there's a bit of yours when we opened the beer last night, actually, where I had the audio running. So I didn't really sort of say anything, but I had the audio running. So it'll show
Me swearing.
it'll show looking at me and you, and it'll show you, doing your filming and the sound on. So that'll be
Right.
interesting. Anyway, see you later, guys.
Cheerio all.